So hi folks, here's my second video about sleep. So if you're struggling with your sleep, I'm going to kind of recap what I went over yesterday. So first things you can kind of do, which don't cost anything. I would kind of say look at making sure you're not eating too late into the evening, so you're not going to bed with a full stomach. I would also kind of look at how much caffeine you're taking in, and if you're kind of a heavy coffee drinker, that's going to affect you getting to sleep. So try and make sure you have less caffeine to the best of your ability. Maybe swap into a few teas and not be drinking coffee late into the evening. Other things I kind of mentioned were to do with making sure that you don't have, if you're not in a particularly bright scenario, you're not looking at a computer screen till really late in the evening every night. Because that's going to kind of keep you awake. It's going to keep you out of that circadian rhythm. So what we're looking to do within the circadian rhythm, we're looking to gradually reduce light levels, reduce your activity as you go through to the evening. So you're kind of going down nice and slow. You're not looking to kind of raise cortisol levels too much in the evening. And then I kind of finished off with a couple of you have asked me for the article. It's on one of the posts down below. It talks about if you're quite overweight, you can suffer from kind of sleep apnea, where you're tending to wake yourself in the evening. So that's kind of something that you might want to look at if you're a little bit overweight. So other stuff I want to kind of talk about today, which is going to kind of have a cost associated with it. Other things that can kind of help you sleep, I would say, are aromatherapy oils. Choose one that you like the smell of and is a relaxant. So one of the ones that I kind of use is lavender. All I basically do is sprinkle it onto my bed in the evening before I go to sleep, and that kind of helps calm and helps soothe. Chamomile's another good one. The other thing I'd also suggest is if you're in that habit, kind of the reason why my sleep hasn't been wonderfully well over the past couple of months, I've been ill. So my sleep pattern has kind of gone out of kilter. Then I had a knee op, so my sleep pattern was kind of out of kilter, being woken up in the early morning with pain in my knee. So if you found yourself in that type of pattern where your sleep is out of sequence and you're finding yourself potentially going to bed very late and then getting up very late, one of the things that can help is if you kind of set your clock back. So each night or each morning you set your clock 5 minutes earlier, and then that usually induces you to feel tired a little bit earlier and go to bed a little bit earlier. The other thing that I've invested in is I've actually invested in a little alarm clock that lights up. So say you want to get up at 6 in the morning, what it'll do is it'll slowly light up. It's a Lumini light, or you can get Philips do one as well. I kind of did a lot of reviews, looked at a lot of reviews, and the early Lumini ones did were a little bit fragile, and there were quite a few complaints about them. But I can honestly say I invested in a Lumi because I basically had it half price. I would say it's quite robust, and I would basically say they were quite a good product to get. They start around kind of £40 to £50, same as Philips. The Philips one looked good as well. So all it basically does is light up the room gradually, so your body is waking itself up. And so when you want to get up at 6, your body is starting to wake up. So it does make getting up, especially in these dark mornings, much easier. So the other thing I'd also suggest is making sure that when you go to bed, your bed's nice and comfortable. Looking at your pillows, and maybe if your mattress is really old, they do suggest you get a new mattress sort of every 8 to 10 years. And making sure that you got fresh, clean pillows, that also helps. So especially if your sleeplessness is kind of triggered by an allergy, making sure that they kind of get changed every 2 to 3 weeks is really handy. The other thing I'm going to kind of come on to is SAD, seasonal affective disorder. This kind of creeps up on some of us, and we might even not realize that we've got it until it kind of gets mentioned in conversation, or you see an article. This is where we kind of symptoms can kind of range from kind of mild depression to poor sleep to feeling as if you've got no energy, don't want to do anything. So the usual kind of depressive feelings. Now, what you can do for that is you can either take a really good quality vitamin D supplement, and if you want to kind of know the ones that I suggest, and also about the kind of concentrations that I would suggest that you take, please feel free to message me. The other thing that you can also do, so you can take a vitamin D supplement. You can also buy a lamp which gives you the right light to raise the melatonin level in your skin, okay, because that's what kind of gets triggered. It's lack of sunlight, which is the main causes of SAD. So moving on to other forms of supplementation, one of you kindly said that you use magnesium and that helps you to get a restful sleep. So yeah, I would say a good quality magnesium supplement. If you've tried everything that I've said, so if you've looked at making sure you're not drinking too much coffee, you've looked at making sure you're not eating too late in the night, you're not stressed going to bed, if you're stressed going to bed, one of the things I would say, if you're waking in the middle of the night, and I often do this, and I wake with thoughts in my head about what I need to do, very often having a little book by the side of your bed, and if you wake up, write those things down. And once I've written them down, they've kind of gone from my mind then, because I know they're written down, they're safe in my book, and I can get back to sleep. So back to supplementation. So yeah, a good quality magnesium supplement is really, really helpful. And if you want more information on that, please feel free to give me a shout. And the other thing that's quite helpful to, especially if you're a restless night and you find it hard to kind of unwind, is a supplement called 5-HTP. Now, I wouldn't just go and just take it. I would kind of speak to somebody, a practitioner, either like myself, so you can speak to me, or speak to a good health practitioner before you start taking 5-HTP, because there are some things that it will be contraindicated with. So I hope that kind of tops off my list. If you're having sleepless nights, waking up with no energy, as I said, I've invested in the light, and I've been using it for the past 4 or 5 mornings, and it has significantly helped me wake up and feel much more refreshed. The model I have actually has a sunrise and a sunset. So as I'm in bed and I'm unwinding and looking to go to sleep, it's almost like the sun's going down, the light just gets less and less and less and less. So it's been better than I expected. So I would advise getting one of those if that's one of the things that you find difficulties with, is kind of waking up nicely in the mornings. So I hope all those points have helped you if you're suffering with poor sleep. If you've got any comments, if you want me to enlarge on anything or kind of talk in a bit more detail about stuff, please feel free to give me a shout. So peace out and have a good night's sleep.